Take a look. It's in a book.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Kamen Rider Saber DX SEIKEN SWORDRIVER. So here we are. And there it is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, I just knocked everything over. So right up front here, we have the driver, we have Saber, SEIKEN SWORDRIVER. On this side of the box, we have Saber. On the other side of the box, we have Saber. By the way, I love this suit design. Not just because it's red and black, but because it's red and black and it just looks freaking awesome. I just love the suit design. But up top, we have the driver, things and stuff. On the back, we have our obligatory product shots and this and that and this and that, that and this, that and this, lots of things and stuff. And on the bottom, we have the driver, we have Saber. Warning, don't eat anything in this box, that could be very bad for you. And we have Pac-Man! And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along here, we have the SEIKEN SWORDRIVER. So yes, we have bid farewell to Kamen Rider 01, and we now welcome Kamen Rider Saber into our lives for the upcoming year, and this is his driver. So let's take a look at this piece by piece here. We'll start off with the main component itself. I guess it's the main component, or is the sword the main component? Really, either way. But we'll take a look at this piece right now. This is the buckle part of the driver. You can see all done in black. You got some nice gold chrome going across, and yes, it has all those symbols which look very weird, but when you turn them sideways, they're actually letters that say words, and hey, you can decipher that on your own. You can see, hi, you can see me in the reflection there, but you know, you can decipher that on your own time, and everything going on there. You can see it says Koko, Niho, something, I don't know, again, it's all words in Japanese, so I don't know what it says, but again, if you can decipher all that, knock yourself out. Go ahead. You can see there's still some nice molded details throughout. Just take a look at the back. Again, some nice details going on, and there is the bottom. And this is just a chunk of plastic. There are no electronics in this. All the electronics are in the sword itself. And speaking of the sword, let's take a look at the sword. So here is the Sword of Flames right here. You can see just done in that silver-ish plastic. You have some black here on the handle. You have some transparent plastic right here because we're going to get some lights going off once we start getting down to all the functionality. Get this little silver book emblem right there, which also does something. And the other side, let's see what's going on there. Now your trigger, as you can see, is right here. Your on-off switch is right here. Speakers right here. The battery compartment is this long piece right here. It takes 3 AAA batteries, which are not included. You'll have to get those yourself. But yeah, there is the sword. And we also get this piece right here, done in a nice transparent red with Saber's symbol, and this just clips right onto the section like so, to give you the full look there of Saber's sword. That's pretty cool. Love the nice gold chrome there, that just really pops. But there you go, and what you do with the sword is, the sword sheaths into the driver itself, and there you have the full driver right there. And just for a quick comparison, here it is with last season's 01 driver, just so you can see how they look side by side. So there you have that. And of course, this being a belt, you do get belt parts. That's right, you get the strap right here, and the strap is just a reused gamer driver strap. Hey, they reuse parts all the time, it's okay. They have the middle piece as well to hold any slack, and this is the usual push the buttons, presses the pegs, all that good stuff, and you just clip it onto the one side. Clip, 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 I said. Thank you very much. On the other side, and there you go. There you have the complete belt. And again, like I say every year, these things are not made to fit adult waists, so use whatever method you need to make this fit your waist if you actually want to wear it. I myself, I do have DX belt extensions. If you can find those, find those. But of course, there are other ways. I've seen people hook these up with actual belt straps. You know, again, lots of ways to mod this if you actually want to wear it. But there you have the complete driver right there. So what does our hero get his powers from this year? He uses the power of books. That's right, because reading is fundamental. But here we have the Brave Dragon Wonder Ride book, and this is our collectible gimmick for the year. So here we have his main henching book. Let's see, Brave Dragon. We got the cool dragon artwork right there. And again, we have those symbols, which if you turn it sideways, it says Brave Dragon. And over here, it says Kamen Rider. Pretty cool. And you can see the rectangles here on the bottom. One of them has an arrow on it, and this tells you which slot on the driver this is meant to go into. So this is meant to go into the first slot, so it tells you what to do. And the whole book, as you can see, is just done in red and black. Speakers back here. Battery compartment is right there. The batteries are included, so you don't have to worry about that. And you have the little book emblem right there, done in a nice shiny silver. And if we push this button right here on the bottom, it tells you what it is in case you already forgot. And when we open up the book and bring the cover all the way back, we get this noise. Yay! So here we have the story page, and you can see the dragon right there. Really cool design, I like that. And of course we have all the little sideways text. It says stuff. It all says stuff. See flame right there. Again, you can decipher all that on your own time. I'm not going to read all this for you. And all this right here on the inside cover as well says things. Again, you can decipher all that on your own time. But yeah, these little books are books in and of themselves. But yeah, there we have the Wonder Ride book. And just for a quick comparison, here it is with last year's gimmick, the Progress key. Just so you can see how it scales there. So, there you go. So there is the Wonder Ride book. There is the driver. And without further ado, you know what time it is. It's time to bring in my friend and your friend, the Rider Can. Because if the Rider can, you can. It's a sword noise. It's appropriate. So, first thing we need to do is we need to actually turn on the driver. So, we gotta pull out the sword. On off switches right here. Turn it on, and we get... Tells you what it is in case you already forgot. And you get some LEDs that light up in there. And now we can insert this back into the driver. So you get a little noise when that happens, and when you pull it out, you get that cool noise. And when we pull the trigger, you get a slash slash. And again, you can see the nice bright red LEDs going off in there. Rapid fire that if you want to. And there you have that. So now, let's get down to some henching. So first we'll push the button. Now you don't have to do that, but just to be official, we're going to do it. So again, this tells you that this book goes into the first slot. So we're just going to plug it right in, slides right down. Our standby music. Do a little dance. And when you're ready to go, just pull the sword out. So, henshin! And there you go, you have transformed into Kamen Rider Saber, and that's pretty cool. As you can see, when you pull out the sword, the book opens up, and we can see Saber right there. Love that artwork, that looks really cool. And again, there's a lot of sideways text again, interpret that on your own time, but that is really, really cool. And of course, we can do all our slashies. So there you have that. So now let's get down to our attacks. And there are 2 attacks you can do here. The first one involves pulling the trigger on the sword twice. So we'll do that. And pull it again. So you have that, and the second attack involves pulling the trigger and then pulling the sword out. And explosions! And explosions! So, there you have that. And you can push the cover back on the book. Now there is one more attack that we can do that involves the sword without the driver, so we need to pull out the book. Get a little disengage noise there. That's right. It just lingers there, that noise. But anyway, you can see on the back of the Wonder Ride book, you have this silver book emblem here, and on the sword itself, it also has that silver book emblem here. Now, this is how this driver works. Basically, behind this emblem is a chip. This right here is the reader. So when the sword passes the book, it scans the chip tells the sword what book it's scanning, and it makes the appropriate noises. So this basically works like the O's driver. It's pretty much what it is. So, but one thing we can do here is we can just tap this symbol to this symbol, and we get another attack. So that's if you do one scan, but if we do 2 scans, so you get that. So now if we do it 3 times, as always, the rule of 3, and there you have that. So that's pretty cool. So there you go. So that is it for now for Brave Dragon, but now that we have the driver, we can finally see what Peter Fantasista does in the driver. And again, the book tells you which slot it goes into. It goes into the 3rd slot. Now, one thing you need to know is it does not matter which slot you put the book in. It will make the exact same noises regardless, but since it says put it in the 3rd slot, I'm going to put it in the 3rd slot because I like to do things official. I like to do things the way I'm told to do. So, plug it in. Action. So you have that, and you can see you get a nice blue LED there with Peter Pan. And pull the trigger. Just get your slashy noises. So you have that. And now we'll do our attacks. And explosions. So we have that. And again, you push the cover back. Tells you what it is in case you already forgot. And now we'll do our scanning attack. There you go. So now that we've done that, let's see what happens when we use both books. Henshin! So there you have that. And just to take a look at the books once they're open, you know, see you have the other arm there of Saber. That's pretty cool. So now we'll do our attacks. And explosions! And explosions! So there's one more thing I want to show off real quick. Now, for the record, all of the what-if scenarios that you guys always come up with when I review this stuff, I'm not doing that. I'm going to show how the toy is supposed to be used and how you're going to see it being used on the show. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm sticking to. But there is one what-if that popped into my head that I did have to try. So this is the only one I'm going to do. So what if you scan one book and then scan another book? Well, this is what happens. You see the lights there alternate between red and blue. That's pretty cool. So there you go. So there you have the SEIKEN SWORDRIVER, and yeah, I like this. I like this. I think this is quite cool. I like the way it looks. I like the way it works. I'm digging this gimmick. So you know what? Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on this. I like it. I like it a lot. And yes, I've seen the first episode of Saber, and, you know, I feel like I say this every year, but it's because it's the same every year. I mean, it's the first episode. It does what a first episode does. It introduces the characters, the gimmicks, the story, you know, it does what the first episode does. I liked what I saw, and can't wait to see what will come as the story unfolds. But yeah, as far as the driver goes, I think this is really cool. I very much enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to what else is coming down the pipeline. So there you go. Now, I picked this up from Hobby Link Japan, but of course there are many other sites you can go to for stuff like this if you are interested, such as CS Toys, Ami Ami, Hobby Search, Mandarake. Of course, there's always eBay and Amazon. You can also check out BigBadToyStore.com for some Kamen Rider items. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the Kamen Rider Saber playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Kamen Rider Saber DX Seiken Swordriver. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Big geek, be proud, palm in your face.